Hello again. Just finished watching Borussia Mönchengladbach against Bayer Leverkusen in the Bundesliga. Very much like you, I'm sure, and like you, again, it seems that the story of the game very much was Kai Havertz. Incredible performance once again. Two goals, one from the penalty spot, and this is not new. We've been talking about Kai Havertz before the pandemic and already after the pandemic. He's been absolutely sensational. He is. What a talented player. And he knows it, by the way. I think that's the beauty of Kai Havertz. And so much has been said how good he is, how good he can be. Of course, so much depends on the development of the player. And I'm with you. I mean, he feels the game. You saw the first goal. I mean, he was just gliding and floating into that space, of course, and then such a composed finish as well. And we've seen that from him. He's played in that false nine role for Leverkusen, but I think we all know that he's capable of playing well in just about any position. You can put him anywhere across the front three. You can put him and behind a leading striker, of course. You can play him wide. He's not your wide player with tons of pace. Although I don't know if you noticed in that second half, I thought, or first half, he had a little bit of a duel in terms of his speed on that left hand side. He wanted the cross, didn't come in. So again, a player that's already a captain of Bayer Leverkusen at the age of 20. So much trust given to him. You see him taking a penalty in this game as well. It wasn't the best penalty, but we've seen him. He puts them away. I think the calmness in which he plays with, the no panic, the composure in general, when he's put under tremendous amount of pressure, it's something that, of course, stands out to me, other than just the talent of picking out a pass, finishing, finding the right spot in front of goal. So those are all the positives. But again, just like any player, hold your horses just a little bit, because there's so much talk where he may end up. I think Bayern Munich would be absolutely crazy not to get him, by the way. Yeah, Timo Werner has been talked about. The two players, Timo Werner and Havertz, have been talked about Bayern Munich and Liverpool. Fair play. I think Bayern have got to get him way ahead of Timo Werner. They can find players like Timo Werner. I think being Bayern Munich and wanting to have the best young players and those gems like Havertz, I think is important. So I would be shocked if Bayern Munich don't get him, even at a premium, even if they have to overpay to get him. Some compare him to Roberto Firmino. That's where I think, I'm not saying that he couldn't play in that position. I'm not saying he couldn't play for Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen Klopp certainly would know how to develop him, but that's where I think he still needs to get his game. He needs that extra aggressiveness. He needs that little bit extra defensively. If you look at his statistics, it depends where you look at it. It doesn't matter to me about the actual numbers, but they're not great in terms of winning the duels, winning the individual battles, getting back and winning the ball almost immediately. The 50-50s there are well below 50% for him. Actually, when he plays in the wide positions, his crossing is not great. It's not bad. I think he's better off when he gets to the byline and then uses his vision and that little smell where he just finds the player on the ground and maybe sets it up for him. It's there. But the actual crosses and the completion isn't great. So just like any player, I think you have to look at him and say there's still a lot to work with. And I think if you look at him as maybe Bobby Firmino, I think he still needs a lot of time. In terms of Bayern Munich, I can see quite a bit of him in Thomas Muller. And Thomas Muller these days playing behind Robert Lewandowski. Of course, he could replace Robert Lewandowski in a different way. I don't think that would be the case. If he ends up at Bayern Munich, he's going to be playing a little bit deeper, maybe even wider in some areas. Bayern Munich is known for having these great number nines over the years. I was just watching actually an old game with Roy Mackay. It almost seems that's where it all started. There, Miro Klose, of course, and so many great players, and Robert Lewandowski right now. So I don't know if Kai Havertz is that sort of a player, but he can play there and he can play well, as we've seen at Leverkusen. So again, an incredible talent, a great player. I think just a joy to watch right now to see how sophisticated he is at the age of 20, but it's still a lot to work for him. And I think he knows that, and we all know that as well.